Hi, Professor Woolsey. This is Brooke Eifert-Pancamo speaking. My dad is going to be up here, and my mom's going to be handling the PowerPoint presentation. My speech is about an admirable and historical speaker. This quote might ring a bell. Freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction. We didn't pass it to our children in the bloodstream. It must be fought for, protected, and handed on for them to do the same. Quoted from former President Ronald Wilson Reagan. President Reagan was born on February 6th of 1911 and died on June 5th of 2004. During his years of life, he served a great purpose by being the oldest president to be elected at age 69, defeating Edmund Brown Sr. and Jimmy Carter for his 2 terms. Let's take a look at some clips of his speeches. This one is from the Space Challenger disaster.
I plan to speak to you tonight to report on the state of the union. The events of earlier today have led me to change those plans. Today is a day for mourning and remembering. Nancy and I are pained to the core with the tragedy of the Shuttle Challenger. We know we share this pain with all the people of our country. This is truly a national loss. 19 years ago, almost to the day, we lost 3 astronauts in a terrible accident on the ground. But we've never lost an astronaut in flight. We've never had a tragedy like this. Perhaps we've forgotten the courage it took for the crew of the shuttle. But they,
the next clip will be about his speech, Time of Choosing.
Did their jobs brilliantly.
Those who would trade our freedom for the soup kitchen of the welfare state have told us they have a utopian solution of peace without victory. They call their policy accommodation. And they say if we'll only avoid any direct confrontation with the enemy, he'll forget his evil ways and learn to love us. All who oppose them are indicted as warmongers. They say we offer simple answers to complex problems. Well, perhaps there is a simple answer. Not an easy answer, but simple. If you and I have the courage to tell our elected officials that we want our national policy.
As you can see, he is a superb speaker and relates to our communication class by his body language, knowing his audience, and tone of voice, all which are in our textbook on Chapter 12 in regards to organizing and supporting a speech. Ronald Reagan's body language is very direct and similar to sign language when he presents himself to a million Americans. He conveys his body language through facial expressions and head movements, and not body gestures. We did an assignment that shows the cons of body language, where President Clinton would look in one direction and his body would be in a different direction. Ronald Reagan was excellent by directing his contact and body posture aligned towards his audience. Reagan's awareness of his audience helped comfort Americans in the toughest of times, such as the Challenger disaster. He tells them what we need to do together as a country, and he actually does it. This comforted the audience when he spoke because they had a peace of mind and he made a connection with the crowd right off the bat. Reagan's tone of voice was very soothing and calm when he delivered such harsh news to the country. He has a powerful energy that no other president or politician has had. Even though presidents read off a manuscript, majority of the time you would never think he did, because he was never monotone and always captured the audience attention. A great example is the clip of his farewell speech from the Oval Office. Let's take a look.
My fellow Americans, this is the 34th time I'll speak to you in the Oval Office and the last. We've been together 8 years now, and soon it'll be time for me to go. But before I do, I wanted to share some thoughts, some of which I've been saving for a long time. It's been the honor of my life to be your president. So many of you have written the past few weeks to say thanks, but I could say as much to you. Nancy and I are grateful for the opportunity you gave us to serve. One of the things about the presidency is that you're always somewhat apart. You spend a lot of time going by too fast in a car someone else is driving, seeing the people through tinted glass, the parents holding up a child, and the wave you saw too late and couldn't return. And so many times I wanted to stop and reach out from behind the glass and connect. Maybe I can do a little of that tonight. People ask how I feel about leaving, and the fact is, parting is such sweet sorrow. The sweet part is California and the ranch and freedom. The sorrow, the goodbyes, of course, and leaving this beautiful place. You know, down
As you can see, Reagan was excellent with body language and portrays a collective character and was not a typical politician, twiddling his thumbs or being so stern. His audience, or us Americans, were admirable because he comforted us and he knew we were the first priority. He messaged his audience with a tone that no other president or politician can depict. This relates very much to our course because he hits the key points of what a good speaker should do. He presents the issue and captures the audience's attention in a formal manner where the audience can understand, relate, or want from the issue. He puts the message in a voice that is an attention getter with his tone and body movements. If every speaker could take tips from historical figures such as Ronald Reagan, they could learn so much of the pros and cons which they should avoid. Thank you.